Hi everyone, this is Nancy. Today is March 5th, 2022. How are you doing? The law of cause and effect is well known to most of you. It seems that everything can be explained by this law. After Buddha entered Nirvana, in the following hundreds of years, 84,000 pagodas were erected for the Buddha. Are you interested in knowing why? Why was the Buddha able to receive 84,000 pagodas? Today, I would like to share with you the Buddha's words about the reason, the cause behind the 84,000 pagodas. During the time the Buddha lived in Jetavana Vihara, one morning, the Buddha and his disciple Ananda entered the city for alms. There were a group of children playing on the side of the road. Each of them gathered the dirt together on the ground and built them into palaces, houses, warehouses, which contained the gold and silver treasures and grains. Among the children, one saw the Buddha approaching from the distance. When he saw the Buddha's appearance, a heart of respect and reverence rose spontaneously. Immediately, he took out what was called a valley in his warehouses and stretched his hands upward, trying to make offering to the Buddha. But he was short and he couldn't reach the Buddha, so he said to another child, "Let me step on your shoulders and make this offering to the Buddha." The other child was happy to do that, so this child stepped on this other child's shoulders and offered the valley to the Buddha. The Buddha lowered his bow and accepted the dirt. Then he handed his bow to Ananda and said to Ananda, "Take the bow back and put the dirt onto my wall." After they returned to Jetavana Vihara, Ananda did according to the Buddha's words and painted the dirt onto a whole side wall in the Buddha's room. After that, he said to the Buddha, "He's done." The Buddha said to Ananda, "This child was so happy to offer me the dirt. With this merit, after 100 years after my nirvana, he will be reincarnated as a king named Ashoka, and the other child will be his minister. Together, they will demand all the lands in Jamdavapa. They will propagate the 3 draws. They will set up places for people to make offerings and distribute my relics to all the countries. And also, they will erect 84,000 pagodas for me." Hearing the Buddha's words, Ananda was joyful and also curious. He asked Buddha, "Buddha, what did you do in the past so that there will be 84,000 pagodas in the future?" The Buddha said to Ananda, "Ananda, listen carefully. Countless kalpas in the past, there was a king who ruled 84,000 countries in Jamdavapa. At that time, there was a Buddha living in the world. The king, together with his people and officials, were very respectful to the Buddha and his disciples. The king had this thought: in this big country, people are able to see the Buddha often and make offerings and pay homage to the Buddha. However, those people in the small countries, in the rural places, they do not have the chance to do this, to accumulate merits and virtues. I should distribute the Buddha portraits to these places so people also have the opportunity to pay homage to the Buddha." So the king called in painters and ordered them to draw the Buddha. All the painters went to the Buddha. However, even though they tried to jaw the Buddha's extraordinary appearance. They had trouble remembering what they saw just a minute ago. So the Buddha himself, mixed the various pigments and drew the first Buddha portrait and gave it to the painters to learn. As a result, the painters were able to draw 84,000 Buddha portraits according to the one the Buddha gave to them, each of which is pure, fine, and delicate like the real Buddha, incomparably upright. The king distributed the 84,000 Buddha portraits to all the countries, and each country got one. The king also issued a decree that all the country should prepare flowers and incense to make offerings. After people in all the country received the Buddha portrait, they were extremely happy and respectfully made offerings to the Buddha portrait, just like the way they treat, the Buddha. The Buddha told Ananda, the king at that time was me, because of what I did in their life, making 84,000 Buddha portraits available to all the country. I was able to be born with blessings every life after, and become a king, no matter it's in the heaven or on the earth. Also, in each life, I was upright and sublime, and equipped with extraordinary appearance. And also due to this merit, I'm able to receive 84,000 pagodas in the future. Hearing the Buddha's words, Ananda and every disciple in the assembly were joyful. Amitabha, this is today's Dharma share. As always, I hope this story is inspiring to you in some way. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I'll see you next time. Bye.